Oh my goodness. Hello. Hey.
Hello.
So Debbie's had a busy day and we're going to talk about Debbie's day too, but I didn't have internet for almost 12 and a half hours or cable TV. So I was going to go I was going to go live this morning cuz
Mhm.
Debbie and I spoke last night and I was telling her what was going on, and I'm glad Savage went live last night cuz I had something to listen to, and I was, boy, I tell you, you don't want to work for Xfinity and get me on the phone. You really don't. You really, really don't. So I was just livid and pissed. So I think I'm gonna call Monday and tell them I'm canceling my services so they can give me like a few months extra with some extra stuff, or give me a. Because I thought about it after we talked. I said, "Do you know how much I pay for freaking cable TV and internet, and I'm without it for damn near 12 and a half hours? Are you crazy?" So
Mm-mm.
I will be calling on Monday. But I was watching the Pope take his final journey. I saw Biden there. I saw Trump. Someone sent me a picture of Trump inside the cathedral with a Make America Great hat on. I was like, are you kidding me? But I think somebody had him take it off because he doesn't have it on anymore. Let me say hi. Hi, Drea. Hi, Wisco. Hi, Harlow. How are you? Chantel, Madi, Debbie H, I see you. Wisco gal out there gardening. I replanted, repotted four, four or five plants the other day. Tracy, Scotland, how are you, my love? And Mr. Jimenez. But I was talking to Debbie about why Obama wasn't there. And she was telling me something that I did not know. Would you mind sharing? Hi, who's that girl?
The Pope had a close relationship with Biden. That's why he was invited
I
because
just
they're both Catholics. And I don't know. The Pope, although as progressive as he was for the Catholic Church, he still had some, lines in the sand. One of which was abortion. And as Biden came around, for I guess political sake in this country, um, and supported a woman's right to choose.
mm-hmm.
The Pope, was always, that angel on his shoulder saying, "But your Catholic teachings are." But another thing too, the reason why the Pope was very close to the Biden family after Bo had passed away, um the Pope had like gave some really good counsel to the Biden family, and for Joe Biden it really did help him process his
Okay.
grief. Yeah.
But is it going to help him with Hunter, who seems like he's on a binge right now and posting all kind of crazy shit on TikTok?
Listen, y'all know my feelings about the TikTok.
Hi, Kirsten. Hi, Just Beetle.
And
I saw Deborah Mayo came in. Hello. Hi, Freeside. Did I say Freeside? No,
some
Bubbly
people
Beth.
should not be allowed
Hi,
phones.
Freeside.
That's
Oh,
all
there
I'm
it
gonna
is. Hi, Freeside. I did. Hi. But,
say.
girl,
Oh,
so
and Prince William was there too.
yes. But can someone tell me if that picture was fake or not? With Trump in the cathedral with the red hat on with Make America Great Again. Could someone please tell me that?
I would I hope that is not true. I really hope that is
Debbie,
not
I have the
true.
picture. Let me get my phone and I'm going to show it to you. It was sent to me and I was like, wait a minute. I am, I was like, is this real? But it looks like it's a real photo. Hold on. And it says embarrassing funeral blunder. Trump disrespects the Pope with bizarre look at funeral. Who's this? Keith
and
Edwards.
honestly disrespected the tradition.
Okay, hold on. Let me find this, and I'm going to show this to you guys. Hold on. I should have pulled it up before, but let's go to Keith Edwards. And I was like, this can't be right. And I think it is. Hold on. And then Tasia, the missing girl, was found, but we're going to hold on. Let me show you guys this. Now tell me, I'm looking at the picture, but he's discussing it. I'm going to call fair use. um, hold on. Here we go.
At the Pope's funeral, where he has made multiple blunders and honestly disrespected the tradition. And while he was there, he was discussing war plans apparently with Zelensky. Here's the report. We discussed a lot
at the funeral.
One-on-one. This is Zelensky speaking, so we can actually believe it. Hoping for results in everything we covered, Zelensky wrote, protecting lives of our people, full and unconditional ceasefire, reliable and lasting peace that will prevent another war from breaking out. Very symbolic meeting that has the potential to become historic if we achieve joint results. I want you to look at this photo, and I just want to I want you to remember what happened to Zelensky when he was at the White House, because we're going to get back to that. Very important. And here he is discussing more, I mean, looking like just a total buffoon.
Damn.
With actual world leaders. And you might remember just a couple of days ago, Donald Trump tweeted, I'm not happy the Russian strikes on Kyiv. Not necessary and very bad timing. Vladimir, stop. 5,000 soldiers a week are dying. Let's get the peace deal done. Donald Trump said that he was going to get this done within 24 hours of becoming president. He's now said that that was a joke.
Said I would fix that within 24 hours. And if I win, before I get into the office, I will have that war settled. 100% sure.
Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, shortly after I win the presidency, I will have the horrible war between Russia and Ukraine settled, and we'll do it quickly. Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, shortly after I win the presidency, I will have the horrible war between Russia and Ukraine settled, and it will settle with Ukraine and Russia. I will get them to settle that war very quickly, even before I become president, as a president-elect.
Yeah, and now there are reports saying that Donald Trump said that Trump was only joking about ending Russia's war in Ukraine in 24 hours, he says in an interview with Time. Was only joking. Well, it's not a very funny joke. And also, you weren't joking. You 100% meant it. And now we're almost 100 days in. And you're the best way you can think of ending the war is just by simply tweeting at Vladimir Putin to stop. Yeah, really great leadership.
Hold on.
And Vladimir's not here is just one blunder. There are two. Donald Trump, you notice something about this photo?
Yeah.
Do you notice something about this photo?
Blue suit.
Everyone else is in black.
Yep, blue suit.
Donald Trump
Prince William wore blue.
To the
Wait a minute, he's got on blue too.
It's so
it's
disrespectful.
acceptable.
And he was also,
it's not.
I mean, it looks like he was texting. He's probably tweeting at the funeral.
Where's the red hat?
Look at Melania being like, are you fucking kidding me right now? You're texting at the Pope's funeral? You can't even pay attention for 5 seconds?
He has bad, like he sits like a slump. Look at the picture with
Meanwhile,
Vladimir.
Joe Biden actually wore black. Wearing black is a sign of respect, as someone mentioned here. And then here's just another photo of it. I mean, it's just so stark.
I'm not defending
Dude really wore blue,
but Prince William wore blue. If you look back to Queen Elizabeth's funeral, the English royal family, they wore blue with black ties. Blue suits with black ties. So there was even somebody there in a very it was like a gray suit.
Yeah, it was like a grayish thing. I was looking at that
suit, not even black or navy at least, but blue. Totally embarrassing.
Navy. It should have been navy, not blue.
That's why I want you to remember that original photo, because Zelensky showed up in black. And do you remember Zelensky getting yelled at from Donald Trump and J.D. Vance because he wore his wartime outfit to the White House? Donald Trump can't even bring himself to buy or wear a black suit in respect for the Pope.
Damn,
and knowing what
Melania
we
looks
know about
used
Donald
up.
Trump and the Pope's disagreements, the Pope just wanting Trump to act like an actual Christian. And
so they closed his coffin last night, and they put the white thing across his face. It's the
so veil, yeah.
Yeah, it was anointed and everything. I watched that as well.
Did you see them sign off on the history of his life?
Yes.
That scroll, they signed off on it, put it in a cylinder, and then sealed it, and then put it in with him along with something else.
Yep, I forgot what else they put in there. But I've been watching all of this, of course, because you know me. I need
Trump
to see it.
Not wanting to. I would wager to say this was actually on purpose. And that's not the only thing that happened. Here, I want to see if you catch this.
Gratia plena, Dominus tecum,
There's Trump
benedicta
and
tui
Melania.
mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
There it is.
Santa Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostris.
All right, so here's what happened. Trump, major blunder as he pays respect at funeral of Pope Francis. As he approached the coffin with his wife Melania by his side, people spotted that they thought looked like a major blunder. Attendees were able to approach the late Pope's coffin for a moment of prayer and reflection. One person wrote on X, and Trump and Melania, the only two stepping over the rug where Pope Francis' coffin sits with when paying respect. Jeez. Okay, so I'm not the only person who noticed Trump and Melania stepping on the rug. I'm sure they were given instructions to stay off the rug, but no. Yeah, they're not supposed to touch that rug.
They're not supposed to.
They're just supposed they're supposed to keep distance, and the tradition is to not touch the rug. But Trump and Melania have
standing on
absolutely no class.
Look,
no
tact.
tact.
She paid attention to the dress code. She didn't pay attention
just
to
an
that
embarrassment to us.
You know they were given instructions. Hi,
they were given instructions for the dress code.
I just want to end with this because Joe Biden was there, and everyone wanted a picture with Joe. Everyone
did you know that when people were coming out, world leaders were coming out? When Trump came out, there was nothing. When Zelensky came out, the applause. The applause.
And he left right after that. He
was actually still in military fatigues. He just buttoned up the military shirt and the jacket, but he was still in his military.
Stuff. Yep. But even with Biden, but Trump and Melania left right after.
Look at this. Taking selfie after selfie. Now, the New York Post is trying to make this a bad thing. I think this is a sign of the fact that Joe Biden is just well-loved and respected around the world. And it gives me hope that maybe, just possibly maybe, Americans can make the right decision with our next leader. And maybe we can be respected again or start to build that respect because Joe Biden has it. And it's so nice to see that at least one of our former presidents
real quick.
is actually
I don't see another blunder,
greeted
but I
with a
wanted
smile
to see if he actually
the
had the
world
red
stage.
hat on.
So thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please hit like in the video. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. We are
okay. I'll subscribe anyway. I wanted to show you guys this, and this is what Debbie and I were talking about because I was like, he went to his final resting place in a truck, and Debbie says that might be an old Pope mobile, but I said, yeah, but I've never saw him in this one. So he went to his final resting place in this truck. They
governed in effect as the Bishop of Rome, and to see the number of people just greeting him. And of course that I think it's mostly an Italian tradition to applaud the body, which I hadn't seen until I saw it at John Paul II's funeral. And I found it so inspiring. If he had told me about it, I thought it would be insulting, but it was so inspiring.
So there he is.
The bearer party that has so carefully looked after the late Pope from the very beginning of this process of his obsequies, now about to play their last responsibility to the Pope and to take him to his place of entombment. On the coffin we can see the simple cross and below it the coat of arms that he adopted, with at its centre the bursting sun, which is the symbol of the Jesuits.
And he was a Jesuit. I did not realize he was a Jesuit priest.
Yeah.
Like I said, there is.
He was the first Jesuit
He was the
priest
first.
to be a pope. Yeah.
And I think I forgot that, but he was Jesuit. And like I was telling you, there's so many different denominations within that Catholic Church, but he was a Jesuit, and we had Jesuit priests and Jesuit nuns in Louisiana. Yeah, but that's what he chose. So it's like the president. They choose their funeral. They choose who to invite. You know, they have it all planned out when they take office, because you never know if they're going to be assassinated or not, or what's going to happen.
He chose all of this. He did not want all the pomp and circumstance. That was never him. And he actually chose not to be buried inside the Vatican. It's the first time in over 100 years or something like that the Pope is buried outside of the Vatican. And this church that he decided to be entombed in is very special, because before and after a big trip, he would always go here and pray to a deity here at this church. This was his favored spot.
The favorite spot. After every visit, after every trip, he would come here to pray. So that held meaning for him. And Jesus.
And he actually didn't live in the
Master of Ceremonies.
Nope, he didn't. He lived in a guest house.
Yeah, a small guest house. Yep. And the men, the pallbearers, they are the valets that take care of the Pope every day. So that's who was carrying him all this time in the coffin.
Yep, that's who carried him. So let's. This place is
Archbishop
beautiful.
Diego Ravelli taking responsibility for the process right to the very end and traveling.
Look all the
year 593.
So the white roses held, the symbol of the purity of Mary. Those who worked with the Vatican,
this place is
specifically chosen.
Look at that. I still gotta find that picture that Nathan took.
Helped by Pope Francis and always in his mind.
Travelling with the late Holy Father, Cardinal's now wearing choir dress, and also some members of his family who have come to see off this august member of the Bergoglios at the conclusion of his papacy. The entombment will be a private event, and
so I just want to take him in. That little girl is so good.
I love how they presented the Pope like this. There were like 3 times that they did it, and I thought that it was like truly awesome that they would like tilt his coffin.
Yep.
To present him to the masses.
But this is, look at this little girl. She reminded me of Diana when she was little. My goddaughter, Diana. This little girl is gorgeous. She looks like a little princess. That thing is heavy. You know that, right? That's made out of zinc. Look how they're screaming. It's made out of zinc. Oh, you're welcome, Tasia. But if you miss any of it,
as the procession moves in and the coffin is conveyed, inscribed on the coffin itself the motto that Pope Francis chose: Miserando atque elegendo, meaning lowly but chosen.
love that music. No He's a Christian priest. One with all the black.
You see the Swiss guards in the front. They're the papal armed forces.
Yep.
And to be a Swiss guard, you must be Swiss and Catholic and something else.
Yep. This is gorgeous, girl. Like well, London. And then we're going to come on to the top. Look how they're struggling.
Farewell, Francis, from the world you.
What they're carrying on their shoulders isn't that comfortable. And if they were walking in unison, it would be a lot easier, but they're not.
His is made out of zinc and forgot the wood.
Yeah, I don't remember the wood.
I can't remember the wood.
But at least it's lighter than lead.
Well, that's true.
As the Pope leaves sight of this earthly world and makes his way to his final entombment. Besides that remarkable icon of the Virgin Mary, so adored by Romans since the year 593, and to which Pope Francis always came to make oblation, most recently after he left hospital. It is the final request he made, that he should be laid to rest under the gaze of Mary and Christ child.
Passing beneath the famous gilded coffered ceiling. Passing beneath the gilded coffered ceiling. Seen by thousands this week, this now a place of pilgrimage for so many, as those white roses are laid beneath the icon.
they are suffering with that.
They are really hurting.
But there's no padding on the things. There's no padding for them, and it's extremely heavy. And oh my God, it's sad. But I don't know. Suffer for your religion.
To which he came so regularly during his pontificate, to lay before the Virgin Mary and the Christ child all his hopes and aspirations of leadership and service in Christ.
They are gorgeous.
And now to his resting place.
Pope Francis's tomb has been made with materials from the Italian region of Liguria, the land of his grandparents. In the small town of Cogone, a plaque of slate commemorates Jorge Bergoglio's great-grandfather, Vincenzo Sivori. He travelled from Italy to Argentina in the 1800s, there raising his family, including his granddaughter, Regina Mario Sivori, Pope Francis's mother.
And I sense that at this time we will probably leave this private ceremony of entombment here in the Basilica Santa Maria Maggiore, but ever watching and ever present. And for those Christians who know this basilica and this icon, our thoughts are with those who see this final act of respect and reverence to Pope Francis.
Rest in heaven. Okay. It was packed. That Vatican City, that little area right there, it was packed. People were along the walls. Debbie, did you watch that?
Oh yeah. I didn't get up at 3 when coverage started, but I woke up at around 4:30 and I was in and out.
Yep, I caught it. Well, I caught it on my phone around 5.
I wonder why the nuns didn't follow the priests. Because it's only for the cardinals.
It's just the cardinals.
Yeah, once they got to that particular cathedral, I think it was just a private service for the cardinals and the family. You know that they don't include the nuns in anything.
Yep.
Although there was one nun that was allowed to approach
yes.
when his body was on view, his very good friend.
Yes, and she was crying.
And she was crying, and that's not allowed.
Nope.
But they left her alone because that was his good friend.
Yep.
And they left her be.
Yep, she approached. She was crying. Oh my God, she was crying. And I couldn't, and I was like, minute, that's not his sister. And then when I heard that they had been just about lifelong friends since they both entered the service.
She's kind of like she takes in like orphans, sickly kids. Like she does a lot of work for the unwanted and unneeded and stuff like that. Kind of like a Mother Teresa kind of thing. And she does it there in Rome, I think. And he's always supported her, and then they became really good friends. Despite him trying to help her with her her organization, but yeah, I like when I saw that video of her crying, and someone was going to approach her, and then when they realized who it was, they walked right back and left her.
I saw that. I was trying to find it because that was all over CNN. That was last night. I saw it on YouTube last night.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that had on the blue habit, right? It was like light blue.
It was. She wasn't dressed in like all black like how you traditionally see a nun. And I think she had on a backpack.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what order she's from. I was trying to remember exactly what order she was from. Um, I was trying to find it, to be honest, because I want you guys to see that. And I know what we're supposed to be discussing. Um, Hold on. I'm trying to remember which one it was. I thought it was CNN, and I was looking on CNN to see if I see it. Okay, there she is. Okay, hold on. This is 20 minutes. Okay, hold on a second. Here she is right here. So you're going to see the two of them together. Okay, this is the one that I saw. And then when she got to the services, do you see the two of them together? That is Sister Genevieve. That's her. Girl. Hi, Party Rock. I hope you're having a good day. Okay, Debbie. So, just in case anybody's wondering, Darnell Jones has been Darnell Ogletree Jones has been officially charged with Kimani Latigue's unaliving. So he's been officially charged. He was brought into court, and Jesus Christ, and they have a bulletproof vest on him and everything. Really? Really? Look at him.
13-year-old
Fresh out the hospital.
Darnell Jones Ogletree, the man accused of killing her, has been indicted by a grand jury. We are also learning new information about the day that Kimani was reported missing, including conversations that police had with Jones.
We've got live team coverage tonight. Silver Barker has more on Jones's charges, and lead investigator Brian Duggar has more on the police report.
And we want to start with Silver. So how many charges is he facing in all?
Yeah, Jeff, first, this is now a capital murder case. Jones is facing a total of 15 charges, including aggravated murder for the death of 13-year-old Kimani Latigue. Now, he also faces charges with rape, kidnapping, and tampering with evidence. Toledo police said in a court document that Jones admitted to dragging Kimani Latigue involuntarily to an abandoned.
And he has admitted that. I tried to pull that affidavit. I cannot get it. So I will try again tomorrow to see if it's there. But he admitted, listen to me,
home and killing her. Lucas County prosecutor Julia Bates sent us a statement about the indictment. She says, quote, "This case involves one of the most heinous sets of facts I've seen in more than 40 years working in the Lucas County prosecutor's office." She also says, "We will try this case, not in the court of public opinion, but in a courtroom with a professional team defined by compassion, integrity, and commitment to the rule of law." Now, Jones is eligible for the death penalty, as this is a capital crime. However, we did reach out to Bates regarding if she would seek the death penalty. However, we have not got that answered yet. We'll continue to keep you guys updated as we learn more. Reporting live in downtown Toledo, Silver Barker, WTOL.
Capital murder is an automatic death penalty case. There is no and ifs and buts about it. They charge you with capital murder. That is a death penalty case.
11.
So we now know that Kimani Latigue's father has been indicted in the rape and murder of the 13-year-old girl. But our 11 Investigates team is finding out even more information about the day that she disappeared. Lead investigator Brian Duggar joining us as our team coverage continues. Brian?
Yeah, we obtained a police report this morning that indicates Kimani's father, Darnell Jones, was at the house when police arrived to investigate her disappearance. And he told police Kimani called him and asked him to come over because people were trying to break into her Elm Street home. And Darnell told police he stayed with her until 12:30 in the morning and then he left. Now, Kimani's grandmother, Dorothy, arrived home at 9:30 in the morning. She told police she noticed several unusual things. The door was not locked. She found Kimani's glasses and house keys inside, and all 4 stovetop eyes and the oven were turned on. And also very concerning for Dorothy was the discovery of Kimani's underwear and pajama bottoms in the dining room.
I told you he attacked that young girl in that house. High vault, he attacked her in that house. His own daughter. He attacked her in her grandmother's house.
This was not a location where the girl would change, Dorothy told police. Now, we know from court documents that Jones told police he killed Kimani in the Miami Street home where her body was found. But we don't know where police believe she was sexually assaulted.
At her grandmother's
Could that clothing
home
be an indication it was done inside her home? It is one of several questions we still can't answer. Reporting in studio, this is Brian Duggar for 11 Investigators.
So,
and we will continue to cover any new information.
It was inside the home. When I heard that her underwear and her pajama bottoms and the house
this
was
case
was
as it
in view,
emerges,
he
both
attacked
on
her
air
there.
and online right now on
I don't
WTOL 11
believe
Plus.
she called him. I don't believe it for a minute. I think he knew the grandmother was not there. The grandmother was at work. He said it himself. He had dark thoughts, and he knew if he acted upon these thoughts, he would be in prison. He said it himself. If he acted upon those dark thoughts, he would go to prison. Not only are you going to prison, you will get the death penalty, which is what you deserve. You deserve to be shot by a firing squad the way they've been doing things in South Carolina. Was it Alabama? Wherever. They already did 2 of them in South Carolina, firing squads. This is what he did to his child. This is crazy. And then the 16-year-old that went missing that we discussed last week, well, she was found. Oh, and Virginia Jeffrey, the one that was a victim of Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein, she committed suicide. I mean, she unalived herself. But that's 16-year-old that went missing from that Viesta, what is it? The Viesta youth facility. She was found. She was found with a 62-year-old man. And they questioned him when she first went missing. These people are
case of 16-year-old Tasia Keaton, who had been missing for more than a month. Police are releasing new information tonight about where she was found and who she's been with since running away from that youth facility in Dearborn Heights. Thanks for joining us tonight at 5. I'm Ty Steele.
And I'm Kimberly Gill. The man is now under arrest and facing possible charges. Let's get out to Erica Erickson, who's been following this case since day one. Erica.
Well, some disturbing information from police. They say they had been previously canvassing the area where Tasia was found, and they actually interviewed the 62-year-old man she was allegedly found with, and he denied seeing Tasia.
Missing for roughly 40 days, seen only on surveillance over a month ago. Dearborn Heights Police, U.S. Marshals, and surrounding agencies finding 16-year-old Tasia Keaton inside the apartment of a 62-year-old Dearborn Heights man at Warren and Inkster.
It's disgusting to think about. I'm sure he knew that she was missing and being looked for and never said anything.
But police say the man did know because they interviewed him previously.
Thank you.
Tasia, already a victim of sexual assault and trafficking and a runaway of the Vista Maria Youth Facility, reportedly seen with at least 2 Johns since her disappearance March 4th.
2 Johns. What is going on in these youth facilities?
Then the 62-year-old. Police say who works at a car wash in Redford, who had been letting her use his cell phone, gave her some money, and what else? They don't know yet.
Was there sexual contact, do you think?
Based on some of the stuff we recovered from the home, we believe that there was some type of sexual assault going on.
Police relying heavily on tips from the public, leading them to that man, who police say may be here on a temporary visa. Tasia now in the custody of Child Protective Services, but deep concerns coming not only from her family but also police about where she'll go next. Police referencing 368 calls to the facility in 2024 alone, and out again Thursday.
So this is like that other home, and all of these calls for these missing kids, and still nothing has been done.
Along with numerous allegations of physical and sexual abuse from current and former staff and residents of the facility, along with allegations that a now former Vista Maria staff member may have assaulted Tasia and another teen before Tasia went missing.
It concerns me, and the reason it concerns me is what about
and another teen, former staff and residents of the facility, along with allegations that a now former Vista Maria staff member may have assaulted Tasia and another teen before Tasia went missing.
It concerns me, and the reason it concerns me is what about other children? How many kids have they disrupted their lives?
Will she go back to Vista Maria?
No, she will not go back to Vista Maria. Vista Maria is not going to happen.
One item investigators say they found inside that 62-year-old man's apartment is a wish list from Tasia. She had wishes on there, I guess you could say. She says she wanted to buy a house and a car, and she wanted to go to a state and start a new life. And she said, she told that, well, investigators said that when they found her, she said she just wants to feel loved. Meanwhile, they're waiting on the results of that sexual assault kit, and investigators plan to meet with Vista Maria next week. Reporting live, Erica Erickson, back to you.
Erica, thanks for following that story since day one.
She has been
Other news of the day, we go to the late.
I wanted you guys to know that, and she was with the 62-year-old man. So within this facility, these young kids are being molested, just like Emily Pike. I do believe something was going on at the facility that she was at. They still haven't released that name, but for some reason, they released Vista Maria's name and not Emily Pike's facility, which I find really, really strange. But anyway, just wanted you guys to know that, because I have not felt like going live, and I haven't felt like doing anything. My mouth was killing me. So, Debbie, are we here? Dreamsicle, is nice to see you, and Montauk is really good to see you, but oh shit, that hurts. So I was looking today. Do you know that our government has deported a mother and her 2-year-old who is a U.S. citizen? The mother is not a citizen, but the 2-year-old is. They deported them both. I'm like, I thought that if you were born here, so she had 3 other children and a 2-year-old, and they deported, ICE went in and deported all of them. And do you know, we were talking about this, I think you and I talked about this earlier, how Trump signed an executive order. No, not Jasmine. Trump signed an executive order that there is no longer a need for a warrant to go get illegal immigrants and deport them.
But that is against the law. That is an illegal executive order.
But just like the federal judge we were talking about earlier, these judges are putting a kibosh on this. But just think of all these illegal immigrants that are here, that are working in the states, that has no papers. Think of how they're going to go through the state and how they're going through private companies and weeding out all of these people.
They're paying taxes. And what the Trump administration has done is gone to the IRS and tell them, turn over all of the undocumented people who pay taxes.
Yep, and that's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. And you have people that are reporting people that they know that are not legal here. And they're
but
just...
I wonder what's going to happen when we don't get their taxes, the income from their taxes. You know that they pay a shitload of taxes, right?
Yep. We've talked about that before. They work, they pay taxes, they just can't get the money once they retire.
Correct. They pay their taxes, they pay into Social Security, but they don't get any Social Security at retirement. They pay into it, but they don't get it back.
Yep. But my thing is, okay, maybe I'm wrong for feeling like I'm feeling. Let's take Joe Giudice, whatever his damn name is. He was here. How many fucking years? And you didn't take the time?
From the age of 3, his family brought him over when he was 3.
3 years old. You get to go to school. You do all of that. Both of my daughter-in-laws are U.S. citizens. They took the test. They did everything they were supposed to do. You mean to tell me you've been here all these years and you never once thought that you need to become a naturalized citizen?
He's an idiot. Sorry, he's an idiot.
Oh my God, look at this. Hold on. She said, my friend was just killed. Oh, damn, I can't go back to get it. Hold on. Why is it letting? Okay. My friend was just killed by an illegal immigrant yesterday, had several warrants, and had been deported once already. Oh my God, Golden Girls. I am so sorry to hear that. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yep, and he signed that order too. I am so sorry to hear that. Prayers for that family, sweetie, and prayers for you. I am so sorry to hear that. So sorry to hear that. But just think of all these illegal immigrants that we have that have weapons and stuff. Think about all of that. I don't care whether you work a job for the state, whether you work for the city. I don't care if you work in the fields with apples or oranges in California. Why don't you stop and go and take the classes, take the test, become a naturalized citizen? Jovi's wife, Yora, just became a citizen.
I saw that.
She just became a citizen. My daughter-in-law refused to, or my ex-daughter-in-law now, refused to marry my son until she was a naturalized citizen. She wanted to do it on her own. She didn't want to do it because she's married. She did it on her own. She came here. She went to school here, went to college here. She was on I forgot what kind of visa it was for college and high school. Once she did all of that, and she took the classes to become a citizen. She had to take the test, and she became a citizen. I know several people who did go and become a legal U.S. citizen. They think everyone needs to do what they did or be deported. But why wouldn't you do it? And some companies, and I'm going to say two of my old companies, they did it because we had process engineers that they helped put through school, but then they had a certain amount of time to get their U.S. citizenship, and they did it or they were going to lose their job. They did it. I don't know. I need to ask them how much it cost. I need to ask how much did it cost them? Because you're saying it's like $10K. Debbie, how much does it cost to become a U.S. citizen if you take the class? Because the classes are free. It's the test.
No. I was 8 when I became a citizen.
Yeah,
no, I was 10. Sorry, I was 10. I came here when I was 8, and the process was started immediately. And by the time I was 10, I was naturalized.
Yeah,
my mother had to wait.
Yeah, so you take the classes, and when you go take the test, And my daughter-in-law she goes, that damn test is hard as hell. I was like, what? She goes, it's not that easy.
It is hard because it's everything that they stopped teaching you in civics.
Yep.
If a natural born American were to go and take that test today, they would fail.
You know what? I'm going to see if they have a practice one online.
They should. They should.
I'm gonna see if they
Okay,
have
so
one
how much
online
does it
so I
cost
can
to
take
apply
it.
for U.S. citizenship? The cost of the application is $725. It is for $640 for application fee and $85 for biometrics.
So that's about $1,500.
$725.
Huh?
$725 to become a citizen.
Yep. So it's not $10K. So
It
it's
could
not
be if
like,
you have to involve attorneys.
okay.
Because like when a friend of mine, she had married a guy from Argentina and was bringing him over here and stuff like that. They had a lot of complications, and her attorney fees were more than the application fees.
Okay, so $725. But the classes are free for you to take the classes.
All my parents who immigrated here told me they paid over $10,000 each. That's interesting.
Wait a minute, who said that?
Drea.
It was $1K just for me to get my paper, and that was you. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
All my parents who immigrated here told me they paid over $10K. But what did they pay over $10K for?
Now, I know people who had to pay thousands of dollars, but they were paying for the marriage.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask my daughter-in-law how much she paid, because one is from the Dominican, one is from Antigua, and then my other daughter-in-law, she is Black and Japanese, and she has dual citizenship. I'm gonna have to ask how much did she pay. But I remember my other daughter-in-law was in school, and she was in college, and then she would go, I think it's 2 or 3 times a week, she would go to classes to become a U.S. citizen.
Right, Bubbly Beth. Right. When companies do that, they're sponsoring the employees.
Yep, they're sponsoring them. Yes.
Yeah. So they're on a work visa.
Yep.
So they're sponsoring them.
Yep, they sponsored them, and then they had so much time, and especially when they put them through, because it takes 2 years to become a process engineer, or 2.5 years. It depends on how you do it. If you take your full load, it's 2.5 years. You become a process engineer, and then they give you an extra, I think it was 2 years to get your citizenship.
Okay, Drea, that makes sense. Okay. Then it'd be cheaper if they just pay somebody to marry him.
I know several companies that pay cash, no taxes to people who work for them. Also, companies warn Hispanics not to come to work when they're going to be raided. But if you notice, a lot of
Meat
these
processing plants and the dairy farmers in the middle section of the country are notorious for that. But they came over on visa, but the visa expired.
The visa expired. Yep, and then you have
Yeah, then you're in a sticky wicket if the visa expires.
Yep, and that was what was happening to my daughter-in-law. Her visa was about to expire, and she had to, but I'm so happy they took care of all of that, because she wanted to be now the funny part is she became a United States citizen, and now she's back in Antigua. She's in Antigua. And she's been there now for 1.5 years. Okay, I'm gonna have to look, but I'm gonna ask her how much was it. I don't think she paid anything for it's the application, and then I think you pay for the test. It's the application and the test fee. Scam Slam is on another cruise. I don't blame her. I have free cruises that I need to take right now before the end of the year. Look, Scam Slam go where I go. She goes and she gambles and she gets all these free cruises. Trust me, we get them. So yeah, it's just a matter of taking them. Okay, so Debbie. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, we were talking about immigration, but yeah, so I'm gonna look and see. I'm gonna look and see how much it costs, and I'm just gonna ask her how much she paid. She's live and enjoying it. Yep, cruises are nice, Chantel. You need to take one. You really do. But I would never do, I'm going to tell you me, I would never do a 6-night, 7-day cruise ever again. I can do a 4-day, 3-night, or a 5-day, 4-night. I cannot do 7 days because by the 5th day, I just want to be home in my bed. I know me. I can't. I just can't do it again. And then someone said, well, why don't we take a 10-day cruise to Alaska? I said, how many stops are we doing? Look, how many stops? Because I can't do that. But my son did. He took a 10-day cruise to Alaska out of Maryland. He said it was gorgeous. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't have that kind of patience because then I get tired of being on the ship too. Seriously. You spend a whole day out to sea, pulling the port. So you're there for 5-6 hours, get back on the ship, you do your second port, and like early, yeah, I have to see. I'll have to see. Girl, cruises are not expensive. We made a last minute reservation for 7 days, well, 6 days, 5 nights. And it was $478. Last minute. We booked it, and 2 weeks later, we were out to sea. My co-worker came on a work visa, just got married, and the lawyer told her 10 to 15K. See, yeah, because you're using a lawyer to file an adjustment of status. She got her green card, and she's coming back to work in the fall. She could have just filed her own adjustment of status. Ask Gino. Look, ask Gino. But did you hear Jasmine says that Gino?
That's a different adjustment of status, though. You going from one visa to the next. Like she came over on a work visa, and now she wants permanent residency. That's going to cost more money.
Yeah. So did you hear that Jasmine said that Gino trafficked her?
I heard. I saw that Madsy had something up about it, but I didn't.
Well, I didn't see it on Madsy. It was something she was stating on her TikTok. I'm like, what do you mean he trafficked you?
Yeah,
is she saying about the fact they had an open marriage?
No, I again, Jasmine, you can't say a mutually beneficial agreement is trafficking. You agreed to be on the show. You agreed to this farce of a relationship. You agreed to get married. You weren't trafficked.
See, when she used that word, I was like, who told her that damn word? Because that's not what happened. You weren't forced to work. You enjoyed the spotlight. You said you had to keep being on the franchise so you can have money to live. You said that, Jasmine. Now you're saying that Gino trafficked you? That's like somebody saying that they were, oh my God, I can't. And then Shannon Short, guys. Shannon Short's been hit with another one. I told you they were going to start coming out the woodworks. His ex-girlfriend from back in 2010. He likes these young white girls. She said he did the same to her. Same thing. And she had to hide. And she's got proof of the bruising and stuff. And she had to actually move to get away from him. He brought her against her will. Yet Coco had a visa. Exactly. But the dog was able to come, but the kids weren't. Does that make sense to you guys?
If she didn't have custody of her children, they cannot come.
She doesn't have custody of her children. That's what I keep saying. That older child is not even hers. That's the ex-husband's. He's already said it. She has no contact with him. He wants her to have none. And that's the one that's autistic. Shay Shay is something else. Shay Shay is something else, but he's got another one came forward. And she is spilling all the beans. Club Shay Shay. And of course, ESPN has him on hiatus. He says that he walked away until the football season. We saw what ESPN said, okay?
But ESPN is owned by Disney. You know they have a moral clause.
And
they
Disney
asked
said
him to make an announcement that he was stepping aside.
Yep, they take it very seriously. He heard what they said. Stephen A came out and said what the CEO of Disney had to say. He knew it was coming, so he did the right thing by stepping aside. Come on. Now, when he allegedly made a mistake and was doing that recording of him having sex, there is no way you can just make a mistake and go live on Instagram. They should have got rid of him then. What? We need to have Dane interviewed to spill the beans. What Dane? What is she talking about? The baby daddy said she was a dick. Yes, he did. And now she wants to cry victim. Oh, Dane. The actor. The actor. Got you. Okay. Because that was not her boyfriend. At all. At all, at all. That wasn't even her sugar daddy. He was a paid actor. Paid actor. All right, Debbie. Let's go with your not 90 day. Let's go with Sister Wives, because that one's been gone for quite some time. He went live on purpose because 50 was coming hard at him for the green tight suit. That's what I said. He did it because people were saying he was gay. Right after that is when he did that, Drea. Exactly. And the way he was walking, I was cracking up laughing when 50 was talking about him. You don't accidentally go live on IG. Ever. Let me see. I'm going to tell you what steps you got to take. I'm going to go to IG right now. I'm going to go live. I'm going to tell you what you got to do. But I'm not really going live. I used to go live on IG. You go to IG. Let's see. I'm here. I hit the plus sign. And I don't feel like walking. Oh, okay. Be quiet. I hit the plus sign. Then at the bottom, it says post story reel live. You hit live. And then it says, it tells you now you can, so then you got to hit the button so you can go live. Now, there is no way you accidentally did that. So, again, Shay Shay lied. Yep, you got to do it all. Except for, I don't have to enter my password. I'm sure he does, because nobody else touches my phone. But he lied. Shay Shay's a liar. All right, Debbie, let's do our Sister Wives. Let's go, girl.
Hold on. I'm getting my notes.
Oh, Lord, you got notes. Okay.
Well, I have to have notes.
Yeah, I watched it twice.
Oh, my Lord.
I had to. Because the first time I'm watching it, I was like, okay. I tell you how I am with Sister Wives. I need to watch it twice. Then click the, yep, there you go. There you go, Drea. We were live on, we were actually live on TikTok this morning. Me, Drea, my sister, and Chantel. We were having a good time on TikTok. TikTok is the place to be, girl.
Not for me.
Okay. I gotta go to the store.
Oh my God, I just had the most delicious thing from Costco.
I don't
It's
even want to hear it. Did you film yourself and did you film Costco like I told you and upload it?
no, because it got real busy. But I kind of figured out the strategy. You got to get there like when it opens, when there's not that many people in there to do that. But yeah, I'll do it one of these days.
You should have went live from Costco like you started to.
Heidi was hearing my ongoing commentary as I was walking through the aisles of Costco this morning. Oh, what I sampled. Okay, so I found mango. What's it called? Mango on a stick or something like that. It's a slice of mango, and then half of it is dipped in dark chocolate, and it's on
Yes.
a popsicle stick.
Yep, they
And
do it
it's
at the
so
fair.
good.
Yep,
I
they
thought it
do
was
it
going
at
to be like ice cream or something like that.
nope. And then at the bottom, the way the Mexican people do it is they put that salsa, whatever it is that they put on the street corn at the bottom. They do it at the festivals and stuff in Houston. Mango on a stick. That is so good.
It was
That
yum.
is so good.
And I actually tried I finally caved in and bought the jackfruit chips.
Debbie, you
It's
know,
not
I can't
bad.
eat a jackfruit. They don't, yeah, I just
It's not
can't.
bad though. It really tastes good.
Okay, I'll try it.
I mean, it's the chips. It's not the actual jackfruit that smells like ass.
Yep, but the chips are good.
Yes, yes. Whatever they do, they
Cajun, thank
eliminate
you.
the majority of the smell.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go to
Mhm.
Costco either tomorrow or Monday, but I'll go to Costco and I'll see. But the taste shit, I think I'm gonna video myself in Costco. I think that's how. Yep, that's how you spell it. Yep. All right. I dread. So if I go tomorrow, I need to be there at 9 when they open so I can get in and out. If I go during the week, I have to be there right at 10 when they open so I can go in and out. I don't. Nope. I've been told so many times how that smells, and just looking at them, they don't look good. They don't look good. All right, Deb, let's roll with Sister Wives.
Okay. So where do you want to start?
Wherever you start, I'm right behind you.
Okay. Well, they just pick up where we left off in Shreveport and getting Janelle out of Flagstaff.
I was laughing because I'm like, shit, they still on the road? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it's where we left off though.
I
So
know.
yeah, it just feels weird.
That's why I watched it twice. Now you know why I watched it twice.
Let's see.
Okay.
So do you want to do it like in order or by person?
Whatever stood out to you, that's what we're going to discuss.
Let's talk about Mary and Jen's conversation.
Yes.
Why is it taking Mary? I mean, bless Jen's heart for talking to the people who are mentally challenged, like Mary. But why is it taking Mary so long to digest this information that Jen keeps repeating over and over to her?
I don't know. And when she said that people were telling her that Robin was manipulating her, why didn't you hear them? But I think that she feels because she brought Robin in. And when I heard Robin say that you need to know someone for 4 seasons, she didn't know Cody for 4 seasons.
She did, remember? It took them a while to get married.
No.
Well, if you
started
count
having sex
right
right after he met her.
Right, but if you count in the time that he met before, they let Mary think that she introduced them.
Hi, Penny. How are you? I'm not sure I want to eat something they have to eliminate the majority of the smell from.
When it's in its natural state, when it's like fresh off the tree, it does smell like ass.
It smells.
But if you close your nose and you eat it, it has an amazing flavor.
But let me tell you, my cousin she's married to my cousin, she is Filipino and Vietnamese, I think. And she would eat that, and my cousin would have a heart attack. He didn't want that smell in his house. Oh, that's true. Oh my God. Wait a minute. I hear music. Debbie, do you hear music?
No.
Oh,
Where?
okay. It's on my phone. Excuse
Oh
me.
my God.
I had it on low. It was music. Hi, Dorit, sweetie. But okay, so you're saying she knew him for 4 seasons.
I think so. You
No.
know.
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. No, it may seem like 4 seasons because they stopped filming and then they started filming again. She did not know Cody 4 seasons.
Hmm.
But I'm sorry, go ahead. Look, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just perplexed by Mary. I feel like she's going to be frustrating me again this season. Well, the remainder of this season. I don't know. Everybody was so like impressed by her interview on Tamron Hall. I just thought that she was a bubbling buffoon. Will anybody teach Mary how to walk properly instead of trotting like a horse?
No.
You know, good on you, Mary. Good on you. But until I can see exactly what it is that you are doing with the bed and breakfast, um,
she's so busy worrying about her past instead of looking at her future. For her to say that she can't be friends with her ex-husband's wife. But you said once before that you would always be sister wives. And then you reflect on the fact that even when you got that home with the playground set and everything else, Robin said this would be great. The kids can come. Even before C-19, they only went there a couple of times. Didn't you see that then? And she was following all the protocols. But for some reason, she still wasn't invited to their home, and those kids still didn't come over there when there was an outdoor space. What did she not see? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Debbie. What didn't she see?
And that's my frustration with Mary. Like, we all see it, but she's now like suddenly seeing it because I guess Jen is the Mary whisperer or
But
something.
she's been telling her this.
I know it is, and hooray that Mary found a catchy tagline to tell Robin, I don't know how to be friends with my ex-husband's wife. Like, boo-hoo, whatever.
Why don't you just tell her that you don't want a friendship with her? Since those kids are really, I mean, I get it, it's Leon's siblings, but Leon has nothing to do with you. So why are you still trying to be in those kids' lives? Move on.
I wonder if Robin promised her a child because remember one time they were thinking
Yep.
about IVF and surrogacy and all of that, and I
Yep.
swear Robin told her that she would carry a child for her. I wonder if because Mary's really attached to Solomon, and I wonder if Robin at one point told Mary, you know, Solomon could be yours, you know, kind of thing to bring Mary closer to her. I'm just wondering about that.
You know, they would do anything to manipulate Mary because she was contributing. She was bringing the money in. Think about it.
Mhm.
Janelle stopped. She started doing her own finances. Christine moved, took her finances. So you were still manipulating Mary because she was still putting in the kitty. And when Jen or whatever her name told her that she feels that she's closer to Janelle than what she is to Robin now, which we said that ourselves.
Mhm. Yeah. But it's still I don't know why she is so slow on the giddy up. Like even Robin is changing her tune in her confessionals. Now all of a sudden she knew that there were issues in the family. Really? Anywho, they're very frustrating. Very frustrating.
Okay. So this is just crazy. Hold on a second. I gotta go. Go ahead, Debbie.
Who else? That was the first thing that stuck out to me. Oh my God, the fucking baptism. Oh, sorry, whatever. Why do they continue to pre-produce and rehearse crap for us to see with Robin and Cody and their kids? I found it weird that we couldn't, well, no, I shouldn't say weird. I found it interesting that we couldn't get video of her baptism in the church, considering that they were open enough to let a non-member of that church do the big girl's baptism. And then on top of that, to nullify that baptism because she decided to get baptized in that church. She then asked Cody to baptize her. And instead of baptizing her into that church, right before he dunked her, he whispered the baptism prayer from his religion in her ear to nullify the baptism into that church. And I'm wondering if that was Robin saying, don't undo what I did to her at 8 years old when I baptized her into our church. So go and do it and whisper it in the air, and that'll cover us. She's not going to be baptized into that church since this was only a storyline. So how are you going to be doing that to your adult daughter, who came dressed to the dinner like she was fucking 5 years old? And the one who is closest to 5 years old was probably dressed like a grown-ass woman. And what is wrong with the second daughter? Was she having some sort of conniption when she was talking about, oh my God, I want to marry my soulmate?
I don't know, but that was weird. But can you tell me why that grown-ass woman was dressed like a kid? I mean, honestly, she was dressed like we did when we were kids for our first communion.
But you saw the bow in the back of her head?
Yes.
Like, what grown person does that?
That's what I'm saying. She was like we did our first communion in the Catholic Church with the bow, the white dress, and little white girl. And then he made fun of what he said it was a trough that they painted. Yeah, I don't think Cody took that seriously at all. I wouldn't have had him to baptize me. I wouldn't have him to baptize me at all.
I'm just very annoyed whenever Cody and Robin and their family come on. I just am very annoyed because it's never genuine. It never rings true. It is very forced and weird. Them bows are popular, y'all. They are?
Yep.
You're funning with me, right? White glove? Oh yeah. My cousins had to wear all of that for their confirmation.
Yeah, we had to do that for our first communion and our confirmation. We had to wear gloves and everything. I got to find my pictures of my first communion and my confirmation. I definitely have to find my pictures because I know I took pictures because my mom has all of those displayed and stuff. And then my sister tells me that that we're got to go clean out Mama's house. I'm trying to get all this paperwork together because we're going to sell that property. So I'm definitely, I need to take care. I got so much shit to do this summer. It's not even funny. Because I'm tired of hearing
They wearing them in Jamaica too? Oh my God.
What, they do it in Jamaica too?
The bows.
Oh, the bows. Okay. All right.
But you got to wear bows when you go into school. That's part of your uniform.
Well, that's true. Oh, you had a white purse? I had my little white pearl thing too, girl. The thing that hung off my wrist. Because people were giving you money. Yes, I had mine too. Thank you. They're for little girls.
Nothing is ever believable. Nothing. And then, of course, we had the backtracking of the soulmate conversation. I want, for once, Robin and Cody not coming on these people's screens, always like flipping a bitch and backpedaling on what they said previously. Like, we can remember.
Yeah, we remember. I don't think they do.
Woman's. Yeah. I mean, I got stuck on that ribbon.
Hi, Tracy. I realize you're kidding, but croquette fashion is trending with the 20-somethings. There's a 50-year-olds into fashion trend too. Okay.
Really?
I didn't know that.
Tracy?
I just looked at her to be 20-something years old and dressed like she's a little kid was kind of weird to me. And that other one on the far right, on the far left, she looks like Robin all the way. That's scary.
Yeah. But a lot of people were saying that she was making fun of the soulmate thing. But she always has her face screwed up like she's about to cry, that I can't tell the difference whether she's in pain or making fun of someone. I just can't.
Well, we'll see. But I'm serious. I'm serious, Debbie. I don't know how I can. This show kills me. Now, I know we have another show coming up, Polygamy Family.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. I am tired of Cody and Robin trying to play victims and how Cody says that when they left, they took a part of his soul. What?
Well, they're going to take a part of his pocket.
I guess I'm in the wrong communities on TikTok because I haven't seen that.
I just looked it up. It's called Coquette Aesthetic.
Okay.
It's like very romanticized, very soft, very frilly with the ribbons that comes into it as well. I'm done being soft, sweet, romantic, and all of that bullshit. I'm too old for that.
Well, who was she being soft and sweet and for romantic for when she's getting baptized?
But again, this probably plays into what a lot of people say, that she infantilizes those older girls.
Okay.
So that they can stay in the house.
Okay. Well, we'll wait and see. But Debbie, tell me, how many times did you watch this? Once?
I could only do this once.
I had to watch it twice.
No.
Seriously, because I couldn't even concentrate. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm serious. And then when I went to, when they went out to see Gabe and them, the land and everything, which Janelle's daughter looks just like her. I was like, she said it's going to take 5 years. So is she living with her daughter and her son-in-law until then, or is she getting her own place?
No, they created a mother-in-law suite over the garage for her.
Okay.
So they want her there. That's the difference. They want her there. And she's happy to be there. She's bought the land with Maddie. I know.
Where did she get the money from? Because they haven't sold Coyote Pass yet. Where did she get the money from? Because Janelle said all of her money was tied up in Coyote Pass.
She was saying that to say that, but remember, she had money to buy that fifth wheel. What the trailer?
Yep.
And remember, she was telling Cody when Cody wanted her to buy Christine's house, when Christine was leaving Flagstaff. She said, no, I've got my credit ready and my deposits ready. I don't like this house. I want to build on Coyote Pass. So she had herself, despite giving Cody the proceeds from her home in Vegas for McMansion 1, she was scrimping and saving and taking her TLC money to build on Coyote Pass. So she had that money. She bought the RV and then she sold it. So she had money. She had money because she had stopped contributing to the family fund.
Do you see what Tracy put in this chat, girl?
You want to ask that again? How romantic Cody as he whispers sweet nothing in her newly pierced ear. Oh gosh, yuck!
I said he had eyes on Robin's older daughter. I don't put nothing past him. And Robin said she wants to live plural life again.
Well, because she's realized that the money flow has stopped.
That means she has to get a job. But they bought that big ass house.
But
2.5 million.
Worked. And remember, he said in this episode, she can take me for all that I'm worth.
He ain't worth shit.
Well, must
that house is in Robin's name and in a trust. He don't have shit.
Well, he said I said those are words of I don't know. Be careful that you spoke those into the universe, Cody Brown.
And what about the fact, and we still haven't heard anything else about the child support case, at least I haven't, which I haven't looked either, that Christine put against him.
What?
Huh?
What did you say? That what Christine put against him?
Child support.
What about it?
We haven't heard anything else about it.
Because they have it quiet in Utah. And I think something's going to come up for it in May. I think that's the last thing I heard. Janelle just posted the farm they sold out of the breads they make. Oh, and they took away all the chicken coops and she planted tomatoes or something like that. She started her garden in the back of Maddie's house.
Yep, Janelle is so boring to me. I'm sorry, she is.
I love Janelle because she's simple.
I know you love Janelle, but she bores me. They all bore me. All of them. And I'm so sick of Christine comparing David to fucking Cody. If you're happy with David, stop comparing. Robin Robin had the better dishes. I was left with scraps. Okay, you're not in that position anymore. Stop talking about it.
That was a very key conversation, and I'm glad that you brought it up because I didn't quite understand it when it was in the show. But then I listened to notes to 411.
Okay.
And basically, that's what happens. Because remember, David told a story about how he woke up and heard his sister and her sister wife fighting over who had the better stereo. And it's all like a pecking order.
Yeah.
And you have the favorite wife who gets everything. And then you have the basement wife, aka Christine, who gets the scraps.
She got the scraps and they keep score.
Right. So I didn't realize that until I was listening to that other channel. And I'm like, oh, but so that is what goes on. I didn't realize that. And then you saw Robin come in and say, what are we keeping score?
Yeah. Yes, they keep score. You got to remember.
But the lady from Notes to Self 441 said, well, her husband said, how Robin came up there in that confessional was very telling because she is obviously the favorite wife.
She's always been the favorite
have
wife.
To keep score because she gets everything. And he said that her attitude was like, it was really out of order what she was doing. Because she knows exactly what's going on because she's the cause of it. It's been fun. Bye, Bubbly Beth. Christine.
So what do you think?
All that talking
when
about
she said that.
But you also have to realize Christine is realizing a lot of her behavior in her former relationship.
But she pointed out that when they would go camping, she and Janelle would be cooking breakfast for all the kids, and Robin be doing her makeup. Robin
Right.
didn't want to do anything. Robin had a fucking nanny. None of y'all did because y'all were each other's nannies.
But if you remember back to the clip, it was not just Robin. It was Robin and Mary. They were sitting there. Mary already had on her makeup.
Yep.
Robin was playing catch up because she's the lazy bitch.
But then she said that Cody was always talking about, them dressing and stuff. And how, yeah.
He was apparently he was part of a clique of husbands who placed emphasis on how their wives looked, and makeup was a big thing. And Mary did admit that when the show first started, he took her out to get some clothes and told them, get your makeup on.
But Janelle never did like that. Christine has always been natural, and that's it. They've always been like that. Why are you putting on makeup for Cody?
I think, Tracy, that's how they edit the story, though. And I get you that it is annoying.
Yep. But then Robin says that they went camping one time when she was pregnant, or 6 or 7 months pregnant, and she was sick a lot. Why the fuck you going camping then?
But they showed the clip, and she went hiking right after everybody fixed breakfast and cleaned it up. She put on her makeup and did nothing, and then was happy as a clam going hiking.
Yep. So she's a liar. I've been saying that woman is a liar. And I don't know why they didn't see it. Christine saw it. She's been seeing it. Been seeing it. And I think Janelle saw it too. But for Cody to say that Janelle just treated him as a piece of meat. Cody, you're not all of that. Talking about his washboard abs. I'm like, wait, what?
And buns of steel.
Girl, I couldn't lay next to something like that. I'm sorry. I don't care how desperate I am. But the thing is, I remember we talked with this once before. How would he feel if they were allowed to have extra husbands? How would he do? How would he feel about that?
Mary asked him, and he said that was vile and disgusting.
So why wasn't he vile and disgusting?
Because that's how the religion is set up. It's a patriarchy. Women don't count.
Well, then on the weeks that you're not there, the other husband can be there, and y'all can rotate. Same thing you were doing, right?
It doesn't work that way.
Well, my religion, it works that way.
I'm going to tell the Pope.
We don't have one yet.
There's an interim.
Look, we have a cardinal that is overseeing duties, but we don't have a pope yet. So the cardinal can't tell me shit.
I'm gonna submit a note and tell him to put it in the queue.
Oh, okay.
You'll be dealt with as soon as there's a new pope.
As soon as we get a new pope, he's gonna call and have a talking to me, right?
And you better hope it's the one from the Philippines, because if you get the African one, you know he's gonna lay it down.
Well, at first there was only 4. Now there is 6 contenders.
Well, they're all vying for it, so you know.
Yep.
Yeah, it would be vulgar. Thank you, Wendy. He said it would be vulgar.
Well, what he was doing was vulgar as far as I'm concerned.
No, what he was doing was the Lord's work.
No, he wasn't doing the Lord's work. He was doing Cody's work.
Yes, he was being rewarded.
Okay, let me ask a question. Even Mary said that she couldn't hardly get him to come over and spend the night. He would come over, and only out of a sense of duty. Why didn't Mary see all of this? People been telling her this for seasons. She sees all everything that's being said on the Reddits about her, because she's mentioned it a couple of times. She sees all of this. What is it that she didn't understand?
Don't forget, back in those days, Mary was building her MLM. So she needed the show, the exposure on the show. So now that she is at a point where, you know, they just making money for her, because she at the top of the pyramid scheme. Now she can tell the truth, but before, and don't forget, she was also given the list. So she was working on her forever list with Cody, and she was just playing the game. I don't ever think that she thought that she would have a life with him again after the catfish
Nope,
situation.
I think she did. I think she did. She's not.
Mm.
She can't play that dumb. Look, she
No,
can't
no,
play that
no.
dumb.
I'm not saying that she was playing dumb. I said she's playing the game. I think she always knew that she had to make a way out for herself, be independent, because she only had the one child, and that was always being thrown in her face. To me, I feel they made her feel defective, um, especially in that religion, because a woman's sole purpose is basically to breed.
Okay. And what about this? Hold on, it was something else. What about this thing with Robin said that every once in a while that an order actually gets into a court? Robin,
Fraud.
that's a lie. Because if you have
Fraud.
that frozen fraud, that's what it is.
She taking them people money and not giving them the products that they ordered. Fraud.
Yep, it's fraud. Because when she said that, I'm like, woman, who believes you? I know I don't.
And that was not the first email that Mary and Jen got
Receive. Yep.
complaining.
Hi, Bree. Did I see Bree? Yeah, I just put on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there she goes. Hi, Bree. But yeah. Oh my God. Oh God. I was listening to a few things earlier. I think I'm gonna have to. Some of the shit I heard, I'm very disappointed. Anyway, um, Wendy's front yard, exactly. She's always felt less than for one, only having one. But that's the way they made her feel.
Yeah.
They made her feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
Does
And
Cody
Cody brings
even
it up all the
acknowledge
time.
Leon? Does Cody even acknowledge Leon?
No, I think that once Leon was born or whatever, um, there was no more communication.
Because he's not acknowledging truly. The only kids he have are Robin's kids, as far as I see. He
Correct.
doesn't even talk about truly, unless not at all. Instead of
Well,
being
he did
concerned,
say something very interesting at the top of the episode. He was like, when he took Mary and moved her back up to Parawan, um, he said goodbye to the family. I was like, wait, what?
What?
Yeah, it was at the very beginning of the episode. Hold on, because I
Yeah,
had to
I
ask
heard that.
people.
He said goodbye to the family,
He
but
said,
Mary is not. Was he talking about Mary and Leon?
he said, this is what he said. He said a final goodbye to the entire family, and like I caught it, and then I had to ask my chat. Did anybody hear that? And they did.
Yeah,
He
I heard
said it.
but I thought it was just Mary, and I thought it was Mary and Leon.
No, he said a final goodbye to the entire family. Did anybody else in the chat hear that?
Yeah, he said it. I heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I thought that was so weird. But then again, he started the family with her.
Yep.
So
he owes all of that to Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Now we knew that Mary and Janelle didn't get along, so he brings Christine in. Christine and Mary doesn't get along, but Christine and Janelle does. Mary goes out and finds someone else, aka Robin, the manipulator. And now you want to sit back and see. Well, I didn't see everybody else saw it. Why didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
And I still don't understand why Robin had to be at their attorney's office when they were signing the divorce papers. That never made sense to me. Never made sense to me.
She was pulling the strings.
Yeah, but it's still, and that's what Mary needs to look back at. Robin was pulling every string. She came in a family, they paid off all her debts. Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm.
She has a problem with shopping. She still does. What is it that Christine saw it? Janelle saw it. She was just doing to get along to get along. Janelle saw it. And when they put that money in that house to buy Robin that house, and yet you're not, I think when that happened, when Janelle said the money they gave Robin to buy that house and he couldn't give her money to Janelle, everything just she was like, I know where all the bones are buried.
Mm-hmm.
Now they say they met at church and felt lightning bolts. Really? Yep. Mary thought she introduced them. Exactly. I can't stand this family. I can't. Well, I can't stand Cody and Robin. I can't. There's nothing redeemable about them at all. And any man that treats his kids like that behind a woman, you have lost your mind. I wouldn't treat my kids like that. No man or no woman should come before your child. But
I'm very curious to see how they're going to handle the passing of Garrison.
Is that coming up?
Yeah, we're going to see that. And it's pretty much going to catch us up by the time we go into the tell-all.
Okay, are we going to see how Robin acted like a bitch at the services?
Ooh. That's why I said I want to see how they handle it.
But I don't think they filmed that. But yet they
No,
had
I think
pictures
it's
of all
going
of
to
them.
be like a retrospective of him. I don't think we're going to see anything.
Yeah, I don't think they would. I don't think Janelle would have allowed them to film that. If she did, I'll be shocked. I would be really, really shocked. But I just don't like them. So what about Sister Wives? And then I got to get out of here. What about Sister Wives?
That was Sister Wives, wasn't it?
I mean, 1,000-Pound Sisters. You know what I mean.
Oh, okay. 1,000-Pound Sisters. Well,
oh, God.
Tammy is hiding that has a girlfriend by the name of Andrea. Amanda came back from Florida because her boo thing left her, but she brought her vibrating bed, and now she's living at Amy's house. And
no, that's the wrong episode.
Huh?
That's the wrong episode.
Oh, so you're on episode 2? I had to watch 1 and 2 together because I was behind.
Yeah, episode 2 is when we finally meet
Andrea.
Tammy's girlfriend, who's got the tooth
Right.
on one side. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yes, they both had missing teeth. But I do think it's concerning that Andrea wants to meet her family like right away. I wouldn't want to meet this family.
But I thought Andrea knows her family. I think she wants her to introduce them to her family.
Right. She said, when am I going to meet your mom? Like, when am I going to meet the rest of your family? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, girl.
Yeah, I think as a couple. But when she showed up there to go, oh no, because she met her online. But that's a little small town. I'm sure they know these people. But when she showed up for them to go bowling, and another thing, it still pisses me off about Chris. Tammy says she can't get in the back seat, but she jumped her ass in the back seat of that Uber.
Yeah, that is hypocrisy right there. And that's why Brittany is being pissy, because Brittany is seeing it, but Chris isn't. But Chris is looking out for the dollars. So that's why he's trying to play nice with Tammy.
I don't care about Tammy. Tammy is disgusting. Her whole attitude is disgusting. Now, you don't want your family to say anything, even though you said that you have gay people in your family and all this stuff.
But she's acting like she didn't tell her family that she was
pansexual
a couple of years ago.
Yep, she's pansexual. She's already said that.
So why would they be surprised that she shows up with a woman? Unless they thought pansexual means she liked to cook. I don't know.
But when she met with that woman, girl, when she started talking, I said, Tammy's tooth is missing on this side. Her tooth is missing on the other side. And then when she meets her friend, what's his name? Brian? No, not Brian. No, because Brian is Amy's boyfriend.
Steven. She met Steven.
When she went to meet Steven, and I saw that tooth at the bottom that was missing, I said, wait the hell a minute. What is going on here?
Well, I had to ask. I was like, does no one have a full set of teeth in this town? And in my chat yesterday, they said that Steven had meth mouth. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. So that, oh Lord, I wish I was smart enough to be a dentist. I would go to this town and see if I can make some money.
But excuse me, shit. You remember when Tammy went to the dentist? You remember when Tammy went to the dentist? What was that? 2 seasons ago? Because she was going to get her teeth fixed. You remember that?
Oh yeah, because she was worried she couldn't fit in a chair.
So I guess she never followed through with that, or was that just for filming?
I think that was just for filming.
Okay, so she never went back and got her teeth done. Okay, so Steven's missing one at the bottom. He's missing all his sides too. I saw that. He looks like he's on meth. He really does. She said she hasn't seen him because she really didn't get out that much. But when she had that black guy who liked to feed her and all these guys coming over, weren't they going out to all these places when she was partying with these black guys? Am I missing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a whole lie.
Okay.
This season is a whole lie. And then you got Amy. Like, I was so confused with how long she's known Brian, the news reporter. Please, somebody tell me what news station he worked for.
Chris said they haven't even known each other 6 weeks. But when when Amy said
she said 2 weeks. She said 30 days. She says, somebody says 6 weeks. Somebody says 6 months. It's all over the place.
It's 30 days.
But how is she getting ready to take her 2 kids to go move in with this man?
Because she doesn't want to be. Okay, first of all, let me tell you something. I understand. That woman has brought her grown-ass kids over there. When Amy said this house is getting kind of crowded or small, did you see how Amanda had the nerve to get a fucking attitude? Where were your grown-ass kids living when you were in Florida? Where were they living at?
Exactly. Amanda was just rude.
Yep, you're intruding. Your sister allowed you to come, not your grown ass, big ass kids who's eating all her fucking food. And then Amanda had the thing to say, well, she needs us more than we need her. No, honey, she's got a house. You don't. Send your grown ass kids back to where they were. You're the one that left
her house
your
that she
kids
moved out of. Did she sell her house?
Yes. Or maybe she was renting. I don't know. But wherever your grown-ass kids were living, because they weren't living with you and your boyfriend in Florida, they need to go back there. They need to go back there. And when Chris was talking to his wife, all those grills that Chris has, it reminds me of my brother. My brother has a grill for every damn thing. But when he was talking to his wife, and remember a couple of seasons back when they asked her if she was going to join them in the diet, and she says, nope, not me. Now she wants to do it.
But she's also speaking up more. So that means that they told her, you want a surgery, you're going to have to talk more. And I'm loving Brittany, because when they said, what do you think Amy sees in Brian? Brittany said, but can she see him?
Yep.
And then when Amy's going into the bar, they blur out the camera as if she can't fucking see the man that she going there to meet.
The way she was walking around, that was funny. But when she said she wasn't attracted to Brian at first, I'm like, he looks 3 times better than your ex-husband. I'm going to give him that. And then they've known each other 30 days, and they're talking about the freaky stuff they do in the bed. Girl, what?
Okay.
But when I saw Amy crying because she can't take Amanda there anymore, I'm waiting for her just to snap and kick them up. Why doesn't Chris go over and have a conversation with Amanda and say, hey, this is a little bit too much? Because you already heard the other sister said she can't come to her. Chris and Brittany say she can't come there. And when she asks her, has she found a house yet? She's telling you, it's time for you to go.
No, but Amanda said, why should she pay first, last, and security when she could stay there? And that Amy has to realize that Amy needs her as much as she needs Amy.
Wait a minute, who did they scrub of who did they scrub of social media? Tracy said all I can find is that damn mugshot. Word on the curb is they scrub him social media too. Oh, Brian, because I want to know where is he a newscaster at? Hi, Lainey Lynn.
Tracy, did you find his last name? Because I'm not finding. Well, I found his last name.
Oh,
but
he worked
there
at
is
the
really
Messenger.
nothing here.
Can't find him doing any kind of report. Got it.
Wow.
Okay, Lainey Lynn says, I thought Amanda had rentals as well. Me too. What? Girl.
She did, because Tammy's old
Tammy
house
was living in the
was
other
one of
house
the rentals.
that when she moved out, that her and her ex-husband got the divorce, that was her rental property. That's where Tammy was living. Why don't she move back in that house?
Because the husband took it to sell it, because Tammy wouldn't pay the rent.
Amanda needs to go. And do you see those big oof of kids, those boys and that girl? And Tammy,
who did that girl belong to? Because she only has 4 boys. That's one of their girlfriends. And wasn't she eating out of the fridge?
And I guess she's living there too.
I don't understand why Amanda ended up.
That's crazy.
You think it's just for the show?
I don't think so, because Amy broke down crying.
Amy always crying.
She couldn't take when Tammy asked her how was things going. Those were real freaking tears. She was shaking. You've got this woman feeling uncomfortable in her own home. See me? I put every goddamn body out, and I did it before. Get the fuck out. You got 2 weeks to find I don't care where you go. My son to tell you that. His girlfriend he was working overseas. His girlfriend had to go, and her kids, they had to get out my house. Get out.
And you said the boys and their friends are there every day. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
She said she can't even keep food in her fridge.
Didn't they take a sink from I don't know.
Yeah, they did. They're saying, remember when they were in the duplexes, right?
Oh, that's his
next door to
name.
each other. And Tammy was at the facility, and they said that they broke in there and they stole all of Tammy's stuff, even the sink.
Yeah, but Tammy even said
they did not break in. The landlord was renovating after those 2 musty bitches was living in the duplex, and he had to gut that place.
Yep, even Tammy. So the house that Tammy was living in next door to Amy, her nephews broke in there and stole all that stuff when she was at the rehab place.
No, they never said who broke in. They just said that Tammy got robbed and her Mima's quilt was stolen.
Brian Laverne. Oh, that's his name. Brian Laverne is his name.
But it's not coming it's not coming up. Whatever they did scrub it. Yeah. But he looked like he's on something too.
Yep. Well, that's when he found the mushrooms and stuff. I think Tammy's going to be the one to tell Amanda to get the hell out. Because Tammy even said it. When she was living in those boys were over there all the time. And I guess Amanda thought they were helping Tammy out. Tammy didn't want them there. But they are living in Amy's home.
They were driving Tammy wherever she needed to go.
Yep, they were. But they're not driving Amy because Amy's always jumping in a damn Uber.
Well, that's because she has a lot of disposable income with all of she has a shopping problem.
My crackhead went live. Look, my crackhead went live. I love my crackhead. I really do. Let me see what she begging for now. Hold on, let me see what she begging for. Because you know she hasn't eaten in months. Yep, she hasn't changed clothes. Oh my God, her pupils are huge. Oh my God, her lips. Oh my God, you can see the hands with the black soot. It is soot. It's all on your hands, girl. Your lips are all black from the crack pipe. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Oh my God, now she had a stroke 10 years ago. I'm sorry. Nobody believes you, liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. She needs 30, guys. It is soot, Lisa. We're looking at it. I'm looking at it. It's soot. Her nails. Everything. I'm done. I'm done. This girl is sitting up there. You can see the black on her lips from the crack pipe. What? What?
Oh no, I was just looking at something.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry. No one cares, Lisa. Oh my God, I can't take her. Okay. Okay, I'm listening, Debbie. Go ahead.
I think that was it for the episode, right? We had Tammy's date, Amy's date. Amy's frustrated with Amanda and all of her kids living with her. Amy's house is a wreck. The family goes to a day at the pond or whatever for an obstacle course, and Tammy doesn't want to participate, so she's reverting to old habits.
And that's amongst other things.
Hold
amongst
on
other
Hold
things.
on.
So they did
Hold
it.
on.
They didn't steal from anybody.
I want you to see her
It's not
lips.
true.
See, she's
I've
biting him.
apologized many
Look,
times.
and
but
then you can see the
it's
soot.
just since
And
you
then
know
you got
since
the
I'm
black around the bottom
one,
of the teeth.
you know,
She's been
they
doing.
figure if I
Girl, look
leave
at
it'll
her
stop,
eyes.
which
Look
I
at
guess
her
he's
eyes.
right. So he's not my uncle. He's just a neighbor. Just a neighbor. If I could build a hut, I'd build a hut. I don't
She needs a
know how to do
fix.
that. So.
She's had the same
Taking
clothes
advantage
on
of him
since
by
puberty.
fucking charging my phone? Just because he's being kind. The white stuff on my face is dry skin, honey. It's just dry
scabies.
skin, okay? Dry skin. I don't have anything with me, okay? That's all.
She said that's a marker. No, honey. Your finger showed it
No.
all. It's soot from the pipe.
He's not watching. Okay, you know what? Hold on a minute.
Look her lips. You see?
All while he's watching TV. Because I'm always there and I'm always lying. Hold on a minute.
From that pipe.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Am I at his house while he's watching TV, ma'am? Is that where I'm at?
No, you just walked outside and stood on the corner in front of the store.
Anyways, I just can't with this shit.
The
Yeah, but whoever this Kyle L is, which I dealt with a couple
Did you
things
see her
about
fingers?
that. My face is so fucking dry, dude. Like, wow.
Look
I
at
need
her
somebody
nails.
to help me on PayPal. Do not send to TikTok Lisa R PayPal anymore. Don't send to it, please. TikTok Lisa R, no. Do Lisa 23 XO, Lisa 23 XO, or Lisa Boo 23X. Lisa Boo 23X or Lisa 23XO. Those are both mine. And I can get into them. And then I got Chime L.
So
I'm gonna put it on the screen in case
the
anyone wants
other
to help.
one
I'm tired of
was
not
for
having
the
any help.
dealer.
Now
the other one was for the dealer, just like everybody said.
And I just was like, I was gonna try to ask him tonight too because it's cold here. You see, I have a winter coat on now. It's cold. It got cold and rainy. I don't know how. So now, because of them thinking it's funny, because guess what? In the thing on the DoorDash for the gift thing, the note, he said to take a picture. He told her to take a picture, the driver. They're specifically getting pictures of this dumb shit and posting them somewhere, probably Discord. And why it's so funny to fuck with somebody who's homeless. And nobody still helped me for food. People come and text me all day long, asking questions and wanting to talk, and then they don't fucking help with anything. None of them. They tell me they're gonna get me a hotel. They tell me all this shit, and they don't do nothing.
Why should people take care of you?
Nothing. Just don't say anything.
I'm gonna send her a message right now and tell her I'll.
Or they do shit like I've showed you guys with the being nice and asking like, what do you need, this and that, and then saying shit like, oh, I'd rather flush it down the toilet. Great, so go flush it down the toilet. Don't text me about it then. That's it. I don't have time for that crap. Like a fucking adult. What was I gonna say? Oh, the poll. I put the poll up. It has my number. 412-224-3088. That's Apple Pay. Apple Pay. Okay. Yeah, it's Apple Pay. Lisa 23XO is PayPal, friends and family, or Lisa Boo 23X. So the Lisa Boo 23 with the X at the end is PayPal, friends and family. I would like to go to Family Dollar before it closes and get a T-shirt and shit, and
You need to take a shower, girl.
get it. I don't know. I didn't know where to get a shower. Never mind.
Oh, you heard me, huh? You need to take a shower. She hasn't had a shower, according to her, since Monday night.
So yeah, I just want to get something to eat, maybe a cigarette. You know, $10 to eat, $10 for smoke. If anybody could help.
Why don't you take those $20 and go to the hotel? You said you only had $25 missing.
And if I'm not answering anybody, don't get alarmed. My phone's gonna probably die. You know, whenever it dies. I got some charge now, but I'm just saying, like, don't be alarmed or thinking anything's wrong because it's just my phone will be dead. You know, it's all. So you have to wait until I charge it. Okay, but that'll be later tonight. Because Panini's, I could probably charge it there for a little bit. So if you message me and I don't answer, that's why.
So why are you telling people you're gonna go to Panini's and charge your thing when you know they're gonna call? Why?
The Apple Pay is your best bet. If anybody, that's a nice car right there. 412-224-3088 Apple Pay.
Nobody's gonna send you money.
412-224-3088. If anybody can help. I want to be off here.
Okay, bye.
So that's why I wasn't on today. I was dealing with all that.
Girl, you came on 3 times already. 3 times.
And not eating and then moving the shit for him, because how can I have to move that shit?
You shouldn't have showed the man's house. They wouldn't have known where you were.
Oh, yeah. It's done. So if anybody can help, everything's in the poll. Do not send to TikTok Lisa R, okay? Don't send there, okay?
Of course not. You see the filter came off?
Lisa 23.
That's what she's using.
XO is PayPal, and then Lisa Boo 23X is PayPal. But please send friends and family if you're gonna send. Nobody's been sending. Nobody's been helping. A few people here and there have that, but they're like my important people that I, that care. And it's like I said, it's always people who don't have much that
the ones you take advantage of. The ones you take advantage of, and then demand that they send you more if they're not giving it to you. All right, Debbie, I'm gonna take that off. Go ahead, finish talking. I gotta take this call.
No, I don't got nothing else to say. That was it for the show, though. Oh. Wait, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, I'm sorry, I had to take that call. All right. Okay, so that was the show. Anything we missed that was good?
No, that was it for me.
Okay. All right, so I guess tomorrow we will talk about 90 Day and Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh my God, I watched that show today. Oh, how stupid. I don't think I like anybody on this Atlanta franchise. Well, maybe Kelly. But yeah, everybody's annoying me.
Okay. So I have to watch it. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. But guys, if you didn't catch Savage's live last night, she did a great garage live. Go catch it. And I am out of here. I need to run to the store. I am ready for the hunt for oh my God, yes. Did you see the previews for the Hunt for Love?
That's the one with the ex-housewives?
No, this is the one from the 90 Day franchise when they're all living in a thing. That's the name of the show.
Is that the show that they stole from Statler?
Yeah, of course.
No, I didn't see the preview.
Yep, that's going to be good. But we are going to do Polygamy Family too, right?
Yeah, I'm going to watch that.
Okay. So I need to run because it's going to rain here and I'm looking, it's getting darker. I need to run to the store real quick and love you guys. Have a great day. And I will see you guys. Can't wait for that. Me too. Yes, it's 90 Day, Drea. She just hadn't seen the previews yet, but Rob is on there. Oh my God. I forgot who else is on there. But I know Rob is on there. But check out the previews. But I will see you guys tomorrow morning. I got filmed in Tulum. It's filmed in Tulum.
In Mexico. Oh wait, that's the one with Kimberly's Usman.
Usman's on there too. Yes,
I'm watching that.
Yep, Usman's there too. And Chantel. I'm trying to remember who else. Chantel's on it. Usman's on it. Rob's on it. Shit.
I'm watching it just for Usman.
Yep.
I want Usman to have sex with everybody. And I want Kimberly to be watching it. Let's see what she's missing.
God. Kimberly wants what? Only thing she wants is Riley. Let me stop. All right. Chloe, but his ankle. Okay, so Chloe was on Pillow Talk. Chloe is also, she went to Texas on 90 Day Diaries to get her Adam's apple shaved and get her hairline and stuff. And when I saw her come on camera 5 months later, I said, they didn't do too much with that Adam's apple because it's still predominant. And she goes, her surgery didn't go well. But yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, and 90 Day Diaries. Debbie, did you watch it?
I saw some of I saw a review of Zed, what's his name?
Zed.
And Rebecca. Zed and Rebecca. I didn't care whether he was cheating or not.
First of all, why are you following your husband? Okay, you meant Veronica's daughter. Okay, because she was doing. Okay, got you. Okay, I was talking about Chloe that was with what's his name? Yeah. Yeah. You're following your husband. He's been. If you know he's getting up and going outside talking on the phone in the middle of the night, or when y'all going to bed early, that should tell you right there something's going on. Because if he wanted to talk to someone, he would be in the house doing it while you were in the bed. So yeah, he's talking to somebody. Okay, he's talking to somebody.
But she had agreed to let him go and marry another woman in the Muslim church so that he could have a baby.
She agreed to that? When?
Yeah. She did, didn't she? Like the last time we saw them?
No.
Yes. She said that he could marry
Cleo. Yeah, that's her name. Cleo, not Chloe. Thank you. Her name is Cleo. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know she did that. But yeah, but Rebecca looks horrible. And didn't she have that weight loss surgery? Don't look like she lost anything.
I thought that she did the Sonabello, because wasn't she on the commercials for Sonabello?
But she don't look like she did anything. Thank you, Tracy. Her name is Cleo. I was calling her Chloe. Yeah, Cleo. But yeah, so yeah, we'll see. But tomorrow, that's what we'll discuss. But I gotta go. I need to throw on some sweatpants real quick and run out the damn door. She's jealous of her own shadow. Shit. Yes, she is. Love you guys, and I'm out of here. Bye. Sorry, Deb. I gotta go, baby. I gotta get this done.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.